Hello?
Hello, hello, hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Yeah. I don't know what that sound is though. That's kind of random.
It went away.
Yeah, it just went away. There's an echo though.
But you got an echo.
This is ghetto. I was trying to make it better. I thought I did make it better, but I'm still hearing a little bit of background noise. Maybe that might be my YouTube picking it up or something.
You got to turn all the volume down and everything else.
We can all hear each other though, right?
Yeah, I can hear everybody.
And do you guys hear that echo?
Yep.
I just heard his echo.
We can all hear each other though, right?
Yeah, I can hear everybody.
All right, hold on. It's on one of my windows. It kind of went away. Oh, I think I know what it is. It's going away.
Oh yeah, I think
Then we can rent it as is. Millionaire Podcast, Charles Oglesby, also known as Top Millionaire, and we're here with a real cool, snazzy background, real cool, snazzy labels, and we also have the ability to add in comments as the comments come in. So make sure you guys leave comments. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe to the podcast. Make sure you guys check us at our next live event, which is going to be in Los Angeles. We cannot wait to see you guys, meet y'all in person. The last one we did, I received a video message from a female or a young lady who attended, and she just said, like, she was going through a rough patch in her life. She'd been losing family members, and like that event helped her kind of get through it, helped her see life differently, helped her kind of get re-energized. So, man, it's really cool to hear things like that because that's what we do it for. We do it for y'all. We do it for y'all, and we want to be able to touch you guys, meet you guys, see you guys in person. We got a special guest, DJ the Money Coach. I believe he's been on this podcast at least once before, and I was on his show before. I got a chance to meet this brother in Atlanta, which is my favorite city. And he brought down the room. The energy was amazing. You could hear him. You could see him. He was just like instructing the crowd. It was a really, really cool experience. And so he's doing some really cool things right now as an investor, as a money coach, and doing some projects overseas. So we're going to talk about that. Welcome to the show, brother.
Man, thanks for having me back. It's always a blessing to be amongst leaders in our community. So good to see you and good to make your acquaintance, Michelle.
Yes, it's so nice to meet you as well. Thank you so much for joining us today.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
I never want to make the assumption that everybody knows who you are. So can you tell us who you are and where you're from?
Absolutely. So I'm just like everybody that watches these programs. I started out with $40,000 worth of credit card debt, $20,000 worth of student loans. Now, this was almost 20 years ago, ladies and gentlemen. I do look very young for my age. I've been blessed with the Fountain of Youth, Ponce de Leon. So back in the late 90s, when I had this credit card and this student loan debt, which is equivalent to about $120,000 today. So I actually read a book called The Road to Wealth by Susie Orman, and I actually just read the chapter on personal finance. Even though I went to school to become a CPA, I knew nothing about personal finance. You ask me anything about a general ledger, P&Ls, K1s, I could break it down like it's no big deal. But personal finance, I had no clue. So instead of me filing bankruptcy, I decided to get my act together. And then I also had been turned down for a mortgage when I had my first professional job. And also was turned down for a small business loan within a 3-year period of time. But once I read that one chapter in Road to Wealth, I actually reversed my trend. In 12 months in the analog world, I raised my credit score at the time was 525, raised that to 700. And 24 months after that, my credit score was 800. And I actually have not looked back. I paid off all my debt by 2002. In 2008, I actually was a 6-figure passive income earner and a 7-figure net worth. The only reason why I know that, Michelle and Todd, is because I was audited by the IRS. So they came in, they audited me, and they told me I made over $250,000 personally, and my net worth was over 7 figures. So obviously they came and tried to get the money, and that didn't work because we had super CPAs on our team. So after that transpired, I actually started teaching financial education in my church. And then I started going across the country teaching at the YMCAs, the Federal Reserve Bank. Most recently, I did the financial education plans for all of the Montgomery Regional Airport in Alabama. Also have worked with the State of Illinois Attorney General's office for the young prosecutors, teaching them about financial education. State of Michigan, right there in Detroit, where we have 240 properties that we own outright cash because we've been in that market since 2006. So a lot of people like yourself are coming after I've already been in these markets. So I have sat down with 25,000 people personally in 2 decades. And DJ the Money Coach is a moniker that came from me being a baseball player. I actually train little kids age 7 to 15 on baseball and actually teach them how technology and the STEM programs actually can create professional income for them not playing sports. So I took that, put a team together called the 7 Spheres of Money System with accountants, legal advisors, estate planners, mortgage bankers, and we've just gone across the country and we've helped thousands of people become consumer debt free and financially independent. And I created a program also called 3 Steps to Success. I actually teach you how to open up corporations, take the corporation, buy real estate, and leverage the tax laws. And I've been doing that, like I said, for 20 years. And I've been doing it so well that now Chase Bank is my corporate sponsor. And I'm actually sitting down with the University of Michigan on the NIL program. I'm also NIL certified as well.
Wow.
So that's my story. I'm sticking to it. And I'm proud to say that we've helped a lot of people to look like us. And we're going to continue to help them until God takes me home to heaven.
Yeah. What keeps you going? You've accomplished so much, and you're still out there doing all these amazing things. Some of them we're going to get to, but like, what keeps you going?
Well, it's funny you say that. I just had a meeting earlier today, and it was appalling for me. And this is what keeps me going. I sat down with a young sister, 51 years of age. She spent 30 years at Verizon, worked her way up from a secretary up to a corporate position. She retired from Verizon, and she had like $1 million pension. And some knucklehead rolled over all her pension into a variable universal life program. and she had no cash whatsoever, Charles and Michelle. She had no job. She
And they probably
got
locked
tired
it
of
up
working at
too.
Verizon, and the guy did not do the compliance thing, which you and I both know, Charles, that there's a liquidity compliance that 30% of your assets have to be at least liquid before you can roll it over to any product. This knucklehead took this young lady's money, put it all into a variable universal life policy, which I know why he did it, because the commission is 7%. So he made $70,000, and she actually depleted her 401k, and her money is trapped because surrender charges. I just met with her today, bro. So you want to know what keeps me going is things like this that
I
basically
like it.
pisses me off. So not only are we going to help her get her stuff in order, but we're going to take that dude and make sure he gets fined and he's upheld to the highest laws with the Security Exchange Commission. And it's a shame that today that stuff still happens in our community.
Yeah. I just, anytime I see somebody getting into finance and being in the world of money, it's always, to me, it just like, it's like, why finance? Why did you choose to create systems for our people to better educate them? Because my parents, they grew up entrepreneurs. I grew up in the entrepreneur background, but they didn't teach me anything about money. They didn't teach me anything about credit. But what they did teach me was how to spend, how to not pay your taxes. Like, so all of those things. So why did you choose finance?
Well, God blessed me with an acumen for numbers first. And then for me, my mother was a victim of identity theft and also predatory lending. So as I saw that in my own household, and then I looked across the landscape, Michelle, and saw that it was very prevalent in the black community, I chose to be an advocate and a warrior for our people. And that basically has been my calling for the past 20 years. So it's actually something that I did not strive to do, but I got pulled into it, if that makes sense. It's kind of like what Al Pacino talks about in Godfather 3. He said, every time I try to get out, they pull me right back in. So I was running away from my calling, and then it just kept coming back to me. And then I just decided to embrace it. And once I decided to embrace it, we started helping a lot of people out. And that just basically gives me the life that I want to have in terms of the feeling of being able to treat people the right way and make sure that they're stewards of their money, because everybody's out on the prowl. Everybody's a predator for uninformed individuals. And a lot of times we see that every day in our community. I mean, like I said, this young lady, she was making $150,000 a year when she retired. And who would have thought that she would not have known to roll all her money into a variable universal life? Not only was it the wrong product for it, because if she was going to live off of a fixed income, she should have been in some type of annuity or something like that. And she should have had 40 to 30% of her money put in a money market account when the guy knew that she had no income. But he looked at, oh, $1 million nest egg, I'm gonna make me 7%. And here's the bad part about it. She told me, and this happens all the time in corporate America. She told me that the guy set her and about 6 other people around the table, gave them documents, read them some little basic stuff, and rolled all their money over. So this guy made about $500,000 in 2 hours.
Oh my
And
gosh.
nobody's gonna hold him accountable, but he just ran across the wrong brother. This reminds me in 2005 when my partner Melvin and I came across a young lady named Sharnetta. She had retired from AT&T. Same thing. The bank took all her money. She told them that she was retiring. She didn't have any income coming in, and they put her money in another vehicle that locked it up for 10 years. And she had came through our class, Family Finance 101. I was able to go back into the bank, read them cats the riot act, and threatened to get them fined and suspended. And they reversed all the charges, gave her money back. She ended up buying a house, and she ended up becoming debt free by having our help. So, Michelle, that's
Listen,
what
that is
propels me
impressive.
to continue to do this. It ain't about the money, it's about
Right.
having the experience of saving somebody from these predators in the mist.
Two things that I take from that is like the question is like what keeps you going, and the answer is the people. And I think that is so powerful because I think that we can both relate. Like at a certain point, we're just showing up for the people. We just want to make sure that they get the information that they need so that they can live the lives they deserve. And if we have this knowledge, why not get it to the people? And I was trying to figure out like, why do I keep going? Because I still be grinding. I still wake up. I still get after it. And it's like, man, I'm still working. I didn't take no days off this holiday. If I did kind of take a day off, I was still working. I was still engaged. And it's like, it's the people, it's the DMs, it's the screenshots, it's the videos that people send you. That stuff makes it all worth it. And that stuff is way more valuable than the money that we can earn. So it was cool to hear. Then the other is that we have to be careful because there are people who do want to take advantage of people. And a lot of times, if they don't have like an interest in your community, they're going to really just see you as a dollar sign, just see you as a check. And so, like I was telling Raphael on the Tweet Talk podcast, is like our people are valuable to us. And so, if we're adding value to our community becomes more valuable. Therefore, we receive value just by default. And so, it's like we have to make sure that people know that there are people out here who want to help them, who really truly want to see them succeed, and they're not looking to take advantage of them or whatnot. And to stop running to the Jewish lawyer, the Jewish CPA, all that stuff, and run to your peeps. So
Listen,
you're doing
we have
some
a
really
lot of
cool things,
resources.
and I want to talk about that. What does today look like for you?
What does today look like? Well, right now, our focus is actually to help more women entrepreneurs as well as men entrepreneurs because everybody wants to be an entrepreneur, but they don't understand the responsibility of an entrepreneur. They don't understand that there's systems that need to be in place before you even embark upon being an entrepreneur. So, I've been an entrepreneur for 30 years. And I was an entrepreneur when it was considered to be, a negative where you couldn't keep a job. So you said you're going to be an entrepreneur. So having gone through that process, Michelle and Todd, I've actually learned how to put a system together because you can't just quit your job and go out and be an entrepreneur. Now, some people get lucky and they don't run into the wall, and God bless them what I call ignorance on fire. Okay. But after that ignorance on fire subsides, you're actually going to have a system just like McDonald's, just like Subway, just like, Chase, in order for you to sustain yourself, just like you have. You scale up because you have a system in place. So what I am actually doing nowadays is more teaching entrepreneurs how to actually be entrepreneurs like small business people and teach them how to get loans and business lines of credit, not only to acquire real estate, but have the ability to pass on a business to their children and their children's children by starting with the fundamentals on how business works, how systems works, and how teams help you win. And so if you don't have a CPA, a legal advisor, and a financial coach, and you're talking about being a real entrepreneur, and I'm talking about entrepreneur, you making $250,000 a year, and you're making revenues of $500,000 to $5 million. Because if you're not doing that, in my humble but estimate opinion, you're not really an entrepreneur. If you're just doing a one-off and you made $100,000 on IG and YouTube selling one product, and you got this beautiful dynamic personality, well, guess what? That's not a business. That's a 1099. Because if something happens to your voice and you can't talk about that product or talk about that gossip, you got nothing. Okay. So the most important thing is to put that system in place so that you can be replicated and you can actually have multiple units, multiple businesses. Because even if you got one franchise is doing $10 million, if the pandemic shuts it down, you got zero. But if you got 1,000 doing 100,000, you got 98% of your business still up and running. So that's what our number one focus over the next 24 months is to actually show our people how to build entrepreneur businesses that are small businesses that can get business credit, actually acquire real estate, put in the right corporate structure, leverage the tax laws, no different than Warren Buffett, no different than Donald Trump, no different than Bezos, who got the stimulus. And I have a saying, it used to be, hey, don't hate the player, hate the game. If you can't beat them, join them. My thing is be smart. Don't try to show your machoism that you can out muscle someone. Duplicate what already works and apply it and let somebody else go through that hardship that they don't unnecessarily have to. And that's the problem in our hood where we get this hip hop spin on everything that everybody's a gangster. But you know what a real gangster is? It's that cat living next door, debt free, and actually can afford everything, paying cash for it. And you use credit as a different leveraging tool because you're smart to scale, just like you do. So that's what we're about right now. And now we have embarked on a legacy move where we just bought a 22-unit luxury condominium resort in Zanzibar. And I'm the first person to ever pull that off in my knowledge as an individual in a foreign country at the capacity of what we're doing. What I mean by that, there's a lot of resorts and everything, ladies and gentlemen, but go look at who owns these resorts and how recession proof they are. So I'll give you 4 destinations that are wrapped around 4 festivities that we do every day of our lives as working class Americans and middle class. When you think about kids and their family going on vacation, what's the first place you think about?
Disney.
Disney. That's right. How long Disney been around?
Sure. Since I'm about to be 30,
Decade.
so
70
forever.
years at least, right?
Yeah.
So Disney got Disneyland, where you guys are, got Disney World and Euro Disney. And they just got caught.
In
They didn't even
Tokyo
have to pay
too,
real
right?
estate taxes.
Tokyo.
They got something in Tokyo too.
Yeah, absolutely. So they got 4. Now, they not only have residual income and recession proof outside of the pandemic, they actually had an investment. If you took $10,000 and you were able to go back in the beginning of 1980, before they created Euro Disney and Tokyo Disney, and you put 10 grand, it'd be worth $1 million.
Whew.
Ain't going nowhere. Okay, so that's one destination around a festivity, summer break and Christmas holidays when they go to the Cinderella and all that stuff, right? I remember going to Disneyland when I was 6 years old out in LA. Got on a plane for the first time. I was so excited. I still had the pictures with me and my cousin now. We reminisce, right? But Walt Disney family is reminiscing in the bank. So that's one, right? Here's the second one. Where do we go for spring break as college students?
Miami.
Miami.
Daytona Beach.
Daytona Beach. What about Cabo and Cancun? All right. So again, how long those been around? They've been around forever. And they're based on a festivity that's annual, spring break. So everybody navigates and migrates to these destinations. They're recession proof. So if you have the ability to invest in one of these luxurious resorts in their locale, you would actually make millions of dollars. Now, here's another place. Where does all adults go where they say what stays in blank, stays in blank? Sin City, Las Vegas. So in Las Vegas, right, we lost Michelle. So in Las Vegas, you know, we go there for the fights. We go there for bachelor parties, weddings, all of that. And again, it's a recession-proof resort because it's a strip with multi-billion-dollar hotels that if you go there during a certain period of time, people plan this stuff 6, 12 months, a year in advance. Now, where do we go in the Black community around about, Easter or Ash Wednesday? It's a big event where they celebrate and they party in the French Quarter. What is that called?
New Orleans.
Exactly. Mardi Gras. And then we go to the Essence Festival. So again, every year, Michelle and Todd, there's a special event that people plan a year in advance, and within a 3 to 5 mile radius, every hotel, every restaurant is jam-packed, and they're charging peak prices. So what I figured out, Charles, is I said, hey, you know what? Zanzibar is considered to be 2 of the top world destinations on the planet right now. I said, you know what? I'm going to buy a resort. And that's what I did. And in Zanzibar, check it out. They have a festival bigger than these. It's called Kite Season, Kite, where they take the big windsurfing kites and they get on the surfboard for 6 months. It's jam-packed at Page Beach. It's like going to South Beach. It's like going to Martha's Vineyard. It's like going to the Hamptons. It's like going to Marina Del Rey or what is that other beach out in LA? But you get my point. So 6 months out of the year, you can't find a spot on Page Beach that ain't gonna cost you a king's ransom to actually lease or stay for a week or two. So we actually took down a 22 unit luxurious condominium in a 10 unit structure, which I'm 10% owner in the whole enterprise. And I'm actually bringing this to our people, Todd. And that's what we're excited about, brother. It's a legacy play. And on top of that, it's in Africa, brother.
Yeah. So where exactly in Africa is Zanzibar? Because a lot of folks have never heard of Zanzibar until you started talking about it.
So Zanzibar is on the southeast part of Africa in Tanzania. So most people know about where the Serengeti and Mount Kilimanjaro. So Mount Kilimanjaro is 5 hours north of Tanzania. And then from there, you have the Serengeti, which is 2 hours. And then right down. So it'll be like you're in Cali, right? So I'm pretty sure you've done this. You ever done surfing and snow skiing all in one day? How you go from LA Beach up to Big Bear? I've done that. I've done that a couple of times. So it's the same thing. So actually, I got a video clip I can show you guys, and you can actually see it. If you can allow me to share my screen, I'll actually show it to you.
Let me see. How do I do that in here? I mean, you probably know more than I know.
I think there's a share button here. Let me click on the share button.
There we go. Share.
Yep. I can click on the share button and I can hit it.
Yeah, you can do it. Yep. We live, man. We upgrading everything.
All right, cool. So I'm going to pull this up.
I got my little Patreon down there.
I love it.
Is it letting you share it?
Yep.
Okay.
I'm actually about to pull it up right now.
Nice.
I'm
This is
actually
amazing.
going to go right here and show you beautiful Zanzibar. Oh, wait a minute. That's the email that you sent me. All right, here we go. So I'm going to click on this. You can see my screen share.
Not presently. I think I need to add it to the stream. There we go.
Can you see it?
I can see it now. Yeah.
Check it out.
I can't see the video. I just see an email.
You can't see it? Okay, hold on.
No.
Let me see what I did wrong. So you see the email. Okay.
Yep.
Let me stop sharing and go to that tab to make sure I got the right one. Let me see. We use the same service, so let me see if I can figure it out.
I got
here.
this from you, man. I saw you using it. I was like, he would definitely know how to use this.
All right, so let me see here. So share screen, window tab, all right, Chrome tab. There we go. Zanzibar video. All right, there we go. Can you see it now?
1 second. 1 second. Now I can. Yep.
Okay. All right, so I'm gonna press play. Let me know. Can you see it now?
Yep. Yep.
Nothing's going to be blocking your view, impaired at all. To the right, those are the last buildings being constructed. Straight ahead, nothing higher than the units that you already see, guys.
Wow.
So envision yourself owning this unit. This is a complete 2-bedroom, 1-bath unit. Right on top of the Indian Ocean. This is your main space. So when you go out here, onto your
This whole
terrace.
complex will be completed in 18 months.
Again, look at your view.
How many units in total?
Look at the view.
I have 22. It's 7,000 on the complex.
Wow.
2-bedroom.
I bought a
Insane.
whole building on the complex. I'm the only person other than the developer that owns a whole building.
This is the second bedroom right here. Again, amazing views. This is available right now. First person up. You can have a tenant in it as soon as second week of May. Check it out. Walk out on your little terrace. And what do you see? Look at that view. Amazing. So this is it. 2-bedroom, 1-bath, spectacular view of the Indian Ocean in Zanzibar, what is called Fumba Town. This whole entire development will be complete master community by 2024. So that's 7,000 units. This is all available for you right now, May.
A lot of people wouldn't think something like this exists in Africa.
Exactly. Because they try to scare us with the scare tactics, bro. There was no COVID in Zanzibar
Let me
when I
take you
was there.
upstairs to the top. That's a full
So I was there for 2 weeks in March this year.
rooftop for the residents. Come up here to do whatever you want to do. Look at that. Look at that, guys and gals. Yes, they're going to make this into an entertainment spot up here. Barbecue,
Nice.
games, et cetera, et cetera.
Yeah, so nothing's going to be built above those lower,
This
what they
whole
call little
unit
duplex units.
only has
So that view is never going to be
22
impaired.
luxury units in it. We're taking down 2. You can take down 2 with us. DJ the Money Coach and Fumba, Zanzibar. Come join us on the Pom Pom lifestyle. Plenty of money, peace of mind. Be an owner in Zanzibar, and then you can enjoy your life, get passive income. This is the way we do it. Talk to you later. Out.
So, how much are these units going for?
All right,
That looks
so
pretty expensive, man. That looks like big baller stuff.
how much would a spot like that cost in your town sitting on
In California with the view of the water, that might be $2 million if not more these days.
Probably be like 800,000 in Florida.
Check it out. Y'all gonna throw up. This is the reason why I took this deal. My whole 22 unit building is $2.2 million.
Wow. That's
It's
like
already appreciated by 40% since I left Zanzibar. It's grown $800,000 in equity. I got 22 units for $2.2 million.
I think we need to do that. That
we're
sounds a lot.
We're gonna partner up on one. How can people get involved if they want to get involved? Like, I know you want people to either invest with you too, right? So there's opportunity for that.
Yeah, I'm right now. I'm looking to raise $500,000 for the next 3 months. We actually, it's a cash purchase because we don't have residency in Zanzibar. But as soon as we have $100,000 equity in the actual deed of one of the units, we'll actually get residency, and then we'll basically refinance out, just like you do in a master community, which you guys know how that works. So it's 6 phases in this development, and it's actually just being completed phase 2. So once phase 2 is completed, that unit you just saw, I'm actually taking ownership of that unit actually next month. And that unit right there is only $120,000.
Wow.
Now, let me tell you something that's amazing. All right, I'm gonna show you another video. So when I stayed in the place where I stayed at the resort, it was $450 a night, right? In a very nice resort, and it wasn't the top tier, it wasn't the bottom, it was mid-tier, $450, right? So I want y'all, Michelle, pull up a calculator. I want you to pull up a calculator, and I'm gonna show our people why we don't ever have to depend on nobody else to make money for the rest of our lives. Okay, so $450 a night. I stayed there for 10 nights, right? That's $4,500. Kite season is 6 months out the year. So let's just say I only have my unit occupied 3 months out of the year, and we're not going to do $450. We're going to do $250 a night. So take $250 times 22 units times 90 days. And I want your people to understand and check this out. So my investment is $2 million plus $200,000 that had furnished. So if you divide $495,000 by $2 million, tell me what the cash on cash rate of return is on that.
Divided by 2 million, you said?
By $2 million. And you're gonna love this, Todd. You're gonna love this, baby. That's why I was trying to get in touch with you. Now this is just with 3 months occupancy in the peak season. So think about if you went down to Vegas, Cabo, Daytona at the peak season. Do you think you're gonna have a problem renting out 22 units at $250 a night, sitting right on the Indian Ocean?
Not at all.
No.
Not at all. So what's the rate of return on that, Michelle? See. Look at that. 24%.
So
now,
really, it's part. It kind of serves dual function. You can make money off of it, and you can also enjoy it.
That's crazy.
Now let me tell you the method to my madness. Because like you, I study economics. So I didn't just happen chance stumble and buy this. I looked at the economics. One, I studied those 4 destinations that I told you about. Number 2, I owned a very successful high-end cleaning business for 10 years that did concierge services.
Ooh,
also gonna provide concierge services. So let me break this down for your people. I'm gonna provide high-end concierge services just like you go into the Ritz-Carlton. Because this is a destination that nomadic people and well-to-do top 1%ers from all over the world, from the UAE, from Dubai, from Cannes and everything, come down here. And they do what I told you, like the surf and snow ski scenario. They go up to the Serengeti for 10 days. That's like a $10,000 trip. Some of them go up to Mount Kilimanjaro and go climb that. And then they come down to Zanzibar to have that beach experience for 2 weeks.
Whew.
So now when they do that on this, luxury resort, nobody's going to be talking about, I want to get my cleaning done by myself. I'm going to shop that out, concierge style, just like at the Ritz-Carlton. So I owned a 7-figure cleaning business for 10 years. So I'm going to provide concierge services to the whole community, which nobody's even capitalizing on, not even the developer. You feel me?
Yeah.
Not only am I going to do that, I'm going to provide transportation services to all the excursions. We already got bids in for 2 transportation vehicles as we speak, because the guy that was my private driver, he had been driving for 10 years, and he told me about his dreams the whole time he was hanging out with us. And I said, check it out, Saeed. I said, I'm going to put you in business for yourself. And he thought I was being disingenuous. And then when he saw I bought that building, I talked to him every day. So we're going to provide concierge services for all the buildings, including ours. That's going to be another 7 figures a year minimum.
Minimum. Ooh,
Minimum.
So
it.
a lot of people, and I kind of want to ask a question for the people and for myself a little bit. A lot of people, they think like, oh, this is kind of risky because it's so far. It's in Africa. We don't really know much about Africa.
Check this out. I got you. Now let me ask you this question. I want you to compare your risk, Michelle. You got a mutual fund, an index fund, an ETF? You own any of those? Any of those?
I do not.
But we know people that own them, right? And they got international funds. Have they ever been to that location where that fund is? No. So what's the risk? I got a physical asset. Does Warren Buffett or Jeff Bezos own thousands of companies around the world that they've never been to? See, when people tell me that, they're uneducated when it comes to money. And I'm not insulting anybody. I'm just telling you facts.
No,
because if you got a mutual fund, it's got A shares, B shares, and C shares in it. It's got an international portfolio in it because it's a balanced portfolio. And you ain't never been to that company. Even in America, if you own a regular stock on Robinhood or Stash or something, you ain't never been to that company. Never went up to the door. You ain't never read the annual report, but you're going to tell me there's a risk because it's in Zanzibar. But I own a physical asset that I can cash out when hell or high water, and I can liquidate it. And here's what y'all probably didn't catch. My property's already appreciated $800,000 since I bought it.
I mean, I caught that. I don't know if y'all did, but I caught that $800,000 number real quick.
And here's why. Because in a master community, what do? You put a down payment on the lot, they build your house, and when your house is done, they put a mortgage on it. But when it's a brand new house, it's not completed for 6 to 12 months. And in the process, they add more price to it because now that they got the physical piece, other people come and see, oh, I wasn't wise enough to buy it early, so I'm going to pay more later.
Yep.
That's how rich people build their homes. They buy the land and they build the actual home, and then they get the equity immediately. So
tell me, what's my risk other than something, the earth ending? I don't have any risk. Yes, I have a calculated risk, but I can literally right now sell my development for $4 million, and I would be the fool if I sold it for $4 million because it's a resort. So let me show you that, because those are great questions, and it always gets underneath my skin when people say, "Oh man, it's international, man. I got risk." But okay, open up your mutual fund and tell me everything you know about that damn mutual fund. Tell me about that young lady that got her $900,000 rolled over into a variable universal life policy, and she had literally no money to live off of.
Yeah.
But that guy walked away 70 grand in commission, and he ain't thought one iota about her.
So for people who do want to get involved, what does that look like for them? Is there like a crowd fund, or is there like, how does that look?
Yeah, so I'm funding this personally myself through a limited partnership, Charles. And I actually set up because I have 2 corporations. The corporation that bought it in Zanzibar is the Ransburg International, and the corporation here that's going to manage it is called DJ the Money Coach Limited Partnership. So I'm actually selling shares in the company as a limited partnership. And the reason why I'm doing that, because that's the way my CPAs recommended that I do it. So I don't have to crowd fund it. I don't have to crowdsource it. And here's the thing. Check this out, Michelle. I could actually write a check for it right now with my white partners who actually funded my Tolero for $5 million. But I'm proving to us that we can do this together. Yeah. I don't even need our people's money. I can literally pick up the phone after I get off this interview with you and say, hey, Brandon, Chad, who's a billionaire, I know, not to name drop anything, but I can say, hey, cut me a check for this, and they would jump on it all day. So in order for somebody to get involved in this, first thing they need to do, I have a presentation, and just like you know, Charles, in order for it not to be accredited investment, it's a family and friends introduction. Okay, so once I have a relationship established with them, which only takes 5 to 7 minutes, I can now show them this investment, and then I have 3 entry points for them to invest at. They can invest at $5,000, they can invest at $20,000, and they can invest at $50,000 to $100,000. and actually show that in an hour presentation with an NDA. And if they are interested in doing it, all they got to do is hit the link that we gave you through my business manager, and we can start the vetting process. And we actually are closing this actually out in the next 30 days. We actually have raised almost 3/4 of what we're trying to raise. And so it's not an urgency for us, but it's an exciting legacy position.
As an investor, are there any perks that they get? Do they get access to the resort, or what does that look like?
Oh, brother, check it out. You know what we do, right? Every person invested with us, we help them set up their own corporation, and they can come stay at the development anytime they want, bro. We're actually going back August 21st to August 30th. Erica is going with us, and you'll be able to write it off legally, ethically, and morally on your taxes. Now, let me preface this. I'm not giving tax advice. I'm not a tax attorney or an accountant. But like you and I know, if they set up the corporation properly and it's an investment that they're investing in and they got to go check it out, do their due diligence, that is a customary ordinary expense. So they can write it off on their taxes legally. So when I went in March, I took my older sister with me, and she's an investor with me. So I was able to write off the whole trip because I was selling her on the project and I picked up the whole tab for her. So the tax law says, real simple, ladies and gentlemen. Again, I'm not a tax accountant or a CPA, but the tax law says when you make trips, and most of your people don't know this, they think they can just take trips and write them off. You can't. Number one, you got to put it on your calendar first. Number two, you got to document it in your minutes, okay? And the third thing is, as soon as you hit the ground, you actually have to spend a half a day checking out the project. So my 20-hour flight, Charles, actually, I got off the plane at 7:30 in the morning, tired as all get out, but I knew the law. I went and checked out the whole development for half the day. I didn't check into my hotel until 2 o'clock in the afternoon. And from doing that, I checked off every box to cover my ass on my, investment and as an investor. So what we recommend our people do, if they get involved at the lowest level, get together with a CPA or a tax attorney, set up a corporation for this project, and then they will actually be able to take advantage of the actual benefits of traveling there, hanging out with us. And it's not like a timeshare. You can come check it out and stay there anytime you want to if you are owner in the project with us. Unlike a timeshare where they'll block you 2 weeks for a certain period of time and charge you fees. If you're an investor with us, Charles, guess what? We will allow you to book anything in advance any time of the year you want to stay.
I know I heard you guys talking about the lifestyle over there and the food specifically. Can you talk about that?
Oh, man, brother, let me tell you this. This is the first time I've been to Africa, and I've been around the world. I've been to Fiji, Aruba. I've been to Jamaica. I've been to France, and I've never met a more humble people in my life. I mean, the people, and here's the sad part. The average person in Zanzibar, they make about $400 a month, US. But these people you would never know. They act like they on Fantasy Island. They laid back. The food is the best seafood I ever tasted in my life, brother. I mean, we were lobster out. We ate so much lobster, so much crab legs, so much prongs that I was actually sick and tired of it, but I was enjoying the food, the vegetables, the fruit, the plants. Man, it is amazing, brother. Like I said, I'm going to show you this quick video, and it's going to blow your mind, brother, of the landscape. And if this is a bucket list trip, you got to go to Zanzibar. Even if you're not an investor, you got to go put feet on the ground in Zanzibar, and you will not want to come back. I can promise you, you would not want to come. The cost of living, $1 American is equivalent to 2,300 of theirs. So we were eating, Charles, we were eating lobster for $20 with fries and a drink. And I'm talking about lobster that they went out the same day and caught it in the Indian Ocean and brought it back and cooked it for us. $23, bro.
$20. You can't beat $20 for some lobster. It's like $50 in the States.
Oh man, the stuff that we was having when we went to this place called The Rock with all of us, the group like 20 people, and we probably per person spent like $50, would have been like $100, $200. So if you go to your top, Nobo, I think I saw you in a picture with your wife or something at Nobo. So imagine what you spend there. It's 1/10 of that, but it's the quality of food is the same, if not better. And when they saw us
Right. I was gonna say also it's like just that experience of being around people who look like you as well. Like it's a lot more warm, it's a lot more welcoming, it's a lot more friendly. You don't feel even sometimes just like people thinking it. That's not even there.
Yep. So they treated us above everybody else. And the sad thing is, out of all the black people that were there were visitors, we were them. So for every 10 people that you saw were tourists, we represented 2, if that. And the people in Zanzibar were so overwhelmed that they saw black Americans coming in and hanging out. They were just in love with us, man. And then when they found out that we were online and doing stuff, they embraced us even more. And when they found out we were coming back, I WhatsApp like 2-3 times a week with the owners of restaurants, owners of tourism spots, travel agencies, and they're excited about us being in Zanzibar and contributing to the economy.
So I only have a few minutes left. Let's check out that video, and then we'll also kind of like let people know whatever you want to let them know.
Absolutely. Let me go ahead and show you this real quickly so we don't waste any more time. Hold on. Screen share. Is the video coming up?
Yep. I see the screen, but it's not the video. It's your email again.
Oh, okay. I did the wrong thing. Yeah. Okay. Hold on. Sorry about that. Let me pull that up. Let's see here. I got to go to the video, not the link. Okay. How about now? Is it coming up now?
You see it? It's just an email. I don't know why it's doing that.
Okay, what am I doing wrong here? All right, hold on. Let me see here. Go back to the screen share one more time. Let's try it. Third time should be a charm. Hold on. Okay. Okay, here we go. Can you see it now? You can see it now?
Let me see. Yep.
That's right.
A little bit of a lag, but I'm pretty sure it's playing for them.
Flowers, green trees, palm trees, amazing. This is the epitome of the pom-pom lifestyle. You deserve to be in this video. You know what I'm saying? So I want you to come with me and let's come inside. Look, 360. Look at that kite right over there. Can you see it right there? See the kite up in there? You actually go out to the beach. So this is one of the resorts we're going to be staying at on August 21st to August 30th, called Kisawa on the beach at Paje.
That's nice.
5-star resort. What I found we have 5 spots left. So we're taking 20 people. We got 5 spots left right now. This actually developed. One of the presidents. Come on in. Look at this beautiful patio. Look at that. We have both fields. Yeah. That's right. We got 2 master suite villas.
Wow.
That's private for us. Man, can you imagine that? Somebody's in. Is she in there? Let me see. Oh no, she's not. Real quick. Look at this, guys. Amazing. 2 amazing. These units were $450 a night. Let's go and show you each one. This is amazing. Can't you see yourself in this video? Can't you see yourself deservingly enjoying the pom-pom lifestyle, plenty of money, peace of mind? And all you have to do is 4 dirty little words. That's number 1, discipline.
Number 2, accountability. Number 3, plug into the proven system, the 7 spheres of money system. And number 4, put your head down and go to work. In 12 months, 36 months, and 60 months, you can be absolutely consumer debt free, passive income created by business, and leverage the tax laws, and actually buy real estate, proper structure, 7 spheres of money system. DJ the Money Coach.
It just went off. But let the people know where they can find you, where they can follow you, where they can support what you have going on, and we'll make sure that we drive some traffic to you, brother.
Yeah, so what they can do is they can find us at DJ the Money Coach on IG, DJ the Money Coach on YouTube. And actually, I think we gave them a link. We have a master class that we actually provide them with consumer debt freedom, credit scores, and how to invest in Zanzibar. That we got a special package for your group that my business manager sent you the link. And if they click on that, they'll get 2 master classes, 2 consultations with me, and they'll also get relationship building with Chase Bank as well. So we'll do that for the next 3 weeks. Yep.
Yeah, I'll make sure I have that link inside the show notes.
Yeah, Chase is using me as their go-to to help create better relationships in our community.
Nice. For some reason, I'm still hearing the sound, but we'll definitely make sure we have all the links to that inside the show notes because we want you guys to take advantage of that. This brother is just full of powerful information. So make sure you check out all the content that he has. Also, make sure you check out the projects that he has going on. You will not be only want to see you win, and also have a proven track record of helping other people and themselves. I think it's most important that they have a track record of helping other people as well. So he's done it for himself, but now he's doing it for other people. So tap in with this brother. Make sure you follow him. Make sure you guys just do everything you can to get inside the mix, inside the know, because your lives will be improved. Make sure you guys support the Patreon. I just set up the link. It's moneyteamtc.com. It might not be fully loaded yet, but by the time you guys see this or listen to it, that link will be live. Make sure you join us in the Patreon for as little as $2. You can join the Patreon, but you want to go VIP, that's just $20. We love to have you guys inside the Money Team family because we're only going to be adding more and more value to those people who are exclusive to the podcast and the Patreon. Make sure you guys click the link in the bio and the show notes for all of our courses, the Freedom Pack, the Options course. Those courses are changing lives, helping massive amount of people earn thousands of dollars in a day trading options. So really cool things have happened with those people. I've just seen people take the information that I put out there, create their own courses, create their own communities, and also get out of massive amount of student loan debt, leave the job, all really cool things that I never even thought would happen from this information that I had in my brain. So with that, another amazing episode. Hopefully you guys like the new updates I'm doing, trying to continue to add value. We got a lot of things going to increase the value to you guys as consumers and as participants and family, because we family out here. Any last words, brother? Look like you're about to say something.
Yeah. You know what? Amazingly, people actually call our 1-800 number. So let me give them our 1-800 number. It's 866-395-3042, 866-395-3042. And what we're offering your group again is what we call 2x2 for 2, which is 2 master classes with me in Chase Bank, teaching about consumer debt freedom, credit scores, business in Zanzibar, and actually 2 consultations, one with me and one with a professional on my team of their choice. And they can hit that link that we provided you. And that actually starts tomorrow night and the next 3 weeks as well. And it's only a small investment for less than $200 for a $2,000 package. Nice. And the satisfaction guaranteed.
Satisfaction guaranteed. So with that, we out. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Thanks, sir.